Section 7.3, page 5, that was cut off from the original video. This is the reference angles. It's very important that we discuss the reference angles because it doesn't really matter sometimes what the angle is, but it really does matter where the terminal side of the angle is, in which quadrant is it. So if we are in the first quadrant, the reference angle is going to be this angle. If we are in the second quadrant, this is our reference angle. If we are in the third quadrant, this is going to be our reference angle. If we are in the fourth quadrant, this is going to be our reference angle. In short, you can say the reference angle is always going to be an acute angle, meaning it measures between 0 and 90 degrees, and it's always positive, and we can just make a reference angle by drawing the altitude from the terminal side of the angle to the x-axis. So we're always going to draw from the terminal side towards the x-axis. We are not going to draw from the y-axis or to the y-axis. So let's look at some examples. For each of the given angles, draw the angle and then find the reference angle. You'll notice that 80 degrees is approximately right here. So here is the initial side of the angle, and here is the terminal side of the angle. And this is approximately 80 degrees. Now, the reference angle is exactly the same angle because it's acute. And if we draw from the terminal side of the angle to the x-axis, we end up with the same exact angle, which is 80 degrees. So the reference angle here is 80 degrees. 150 degrees is a little bit shy from 180. So here is our initial side of the angle, and this is the terminal side of the angle. This is the angle 150 degrees. To figure out the reference angle, we're going to draw from the terminal side to the x-axis. So this is our terminal angle. So how do we compute this? We know that a straight angle measures 180 degrees. So to be a little bit shy away from 180 degrees, we're going to say the reference angle here is equal to 180 degrees minus this measure, which is in this case 150 degrees. So in our case, the reference angle is going to be 30 degrees. So this is going to measure 30 degrees, and our reference angle is going to be 30 degrees. Let's go to the next example. The next example is 230 degrees. I know that 230 degrees happens to be in the third quadrant, a little bit shy from 270. So here is the initial side of the angle, and here is approximately the terminal side of the angle. All of this is 230 degrees. Now, if you want to determine the reference angle, we're going to start from the terminal side of the angle, and we're going to go towards the x-axis. So this is our reference angle right here. Now, notice how this reference angle is basically the entire angle, which is 230 degrees minus 180 degrees. So if we subtract 230 degrees minus 180 degrees, we're going to get our reference angle, which is in this case 50 degrees. The last one is 300 degrees. I know that the angle 300 degrees is in the fourth quadrant. So here is the initial side of the angle. And I'm going to go all the way, and here is the terminal side approximately. It's right here. So the measure of this is 300 degrees. Now, to determine the reference angle, we're going to start from the terminal side of the angle, and we're going to go towards the x-axis. So here is the x-axis, and we don't go this way because we're looking always for the acute angle, not the obtuse one. So now we know that this angle is measured 360 degrees. So if we're a little bit shy from that, that means we can find this terminal angle by saying 360 degrees minus 300. So we're going to say 360 degrees minus 300 degrees, and that is going to give us our reference angle, which is in this case 60 degrees. So the reference angle for the last one is going to be 60 degrees. If you have any questions, please let me know.